What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and well, it's just gonna be a short video because this is just an update or a follow-up on the whole Unity situation that we had. So the summary, Unity announced that they were gonna start charging developers for basically every time a person would download their game, and it was gonna start at like, depending what subscription you had with Unity, the numbers would vary, but like it was a very low number for developers, especially indie developers, to getting charged for per install, and it was gonna be a mess. Somebody could just constantly be uninstalling and reinstalling the game. I would get charged and I would go bankrupt because they just keep doing it. So like somebody could do that to hurt a developer. There were a lot of indie developers that came out that were not happy with this. Some were even considering deleting their game, even if it was a joke or not. But in the end of the day, it was received very poorly. I think it definitely caused a lot of developers to rethink their strategy of using Unity, and some even are probably gonna opt out of Unity from now on. Eventually, because of the whole Backlash, Unity kind of were like, oh no guys, we are sorry, we are gonna be altering. They kind of like went back on a lot of stuff, but it's still kind of there. And also the situation of, well, if they did it once, what guarantee us they won't try to do this again? During this whole debacle, there was one person in particular that was highlighted, and that was the Unity CEO, John Riccitiello, or Riccitiello, whatever. He was basically highlighted as one of the guys who basically pushed for this. It was for some people who kind of forgot him. He also was previously the EA CEO. He was the guy who kind of was like wanting to charge people per bullet.
Substantial portion of digital revenues are microtransactions. When you are 6 hours into playing Battlefield and you run out of ammo in your clip and we ask you for $1 to reload, you're really not very price sensitive at that point in time. And for what it's worth, the cogs on the clip really low. And so essentially what ends up happening, and the reason the play first, pay later model works so nicely, is the consumer gets engaged in a property. They might spend 10, 20, 30, 50 hours on the game. And then when they're deep into the game, they're well invested in it. We're not gouging, but we're charging. And at that point in time, the commitment can be pretty high. As a personal anecdote, I spent about $5,000 calendar year to date on doing just this type of thing on our products and others. I can readily attest to how well it works.
Like, he wasn't liked at all, especially for his ideas, and yeah, people were crapping on him badly. What ended up happening is, today it was announced that effective immediately, John Riccitiello is retiring as the CEO effective immediately. You wonder why. So he is out. He probably took the bullet for the entire board of investors, and wonder what kind of massive parachute that man is gonna get. You know how it is. Even if he retires, he's probably going out with like some kind of like money, so he's gonna be off for a bit. So in a good way, I think, hey, we managed to send the message, and well, I don't think Unity is gonna try to do something like this again for a while. However, just like Hydra, the mythological creature, when you cut one head, 2 more will grow. So there's no shortage of people like John Riccitiello in the industry who are just foaming at the chance to charge for everything to get as much money as they can, because they just want to show profits for the investors. Because in the end of the day, these people are not here for the gamers, the developers, or the company. They only are here to please the investors, and they have to keep showing growth. Which is why, for example, in the industry, we have layoffs, we have mergers, like anything that can cause a show of growth is what they want to do. And eventually, you know, if they can sell the company, obviously in the end of the day, that's what they would do, because they get massive bonuses. So my concern right now is, well, we managed to get Riccitiello off for now, but who knows who's gonna come next. And It's not hard to find people like him with that mentality in the industry. So hopefully the next person is not as an asshole as he is. We won't know. But yeah, in the end of the day, I think it's a good thing. He's out. Unity went back on a lot of the stuff that they wanted to do, but I think the damage has been done. Obviously, a lot of developers are going to rethink before using Unity being a good thing or a bad thing. Of course, I personally think the biggest players were what they were after the big games that were making a lot of money that were using Unity. You know, you got your Gacha games, like the MiHoYo games, they use Unity. All of the MiHoYo games, from my understanding, use Unity. Fate Grand Order uses Unity. Arknight uses Unity. Regalia Lost, I think, used Unity. Apparently Nikki uses Unity. Azure Lane uses Unity. Like, a lot of gacha games. So yeah, your waifus would have been in a bit of a trouble. I don't know how much, because these are the companies that, well, not every gacha game is extremely successful, but these are the companies that make a lot of money. Specifically, some of the top tier ones that's what Riccitiello was after, or Unity was after, with this increase in fee, because people just install, reinstall, they change mobile phones very often, so they could definitely get a cut of that. Or at least that's what I think. Because it doesn't make sense, because this type of decisions that they were doing would really hurt indie developers who were obviously the ones that they weren't thinking about. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Glad Suda51 got the last word after Riccitiello in the end of the day. As always though, what are your thoughts, guys? This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.